Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another batter's breakdown. It took me a little longer to get this video out than I wanted, but hey, life sometimes gets in the way of things we really enjoy doing. So today what we have is a video from the Nationals from last year that I played in. Well, the only match I played in the last year's Nationals because I lost, but it was a really good match. 3 sets, tight game. But what I thought I'd do something a little bit different today is I'm going to focus mostly on kind of positioning and especially with the choices I make when I'm the rear court player and some of the things that I feel are most important and what I do best. Whereas I feel that I don't see that necessarily in other players as much, even though they some people might consider them to be good players, or might have the good tools. They have really good shots to be good rear court players. They might not put them together as well as they could. So the two main things that I'll be talking about is focus on the where you're placing your shot, particularly angles. If you're on the tram lines, if you're in the middle, where your opponents are, where you are on the court, these sorts of things. And the second thing I'm going to be speaking about is the shots selection, but in combination with other shots. So like in boxing, for example, you just don't use the one punch and then wait and then use the next punch. You use punches in combination with other punches in order to set up your knockout effectively. So if you're having withdrawals from the All England's now being over for a few weeks, well, this is pretty much the same standard. So don't worry, we've got you covered. So let's get into the video. All right, I am back in my little corner, commentating corner here in this video. So let's see what we got further. First of all, just a little thing is generally in the warm up. Don't know if I talked about this before. I tend to stay pretty loose. I'm kind of just going through my range of shots and things like that. So I'm not really too intense at this stage. As you can see, just hitting and missing a lot of shots. But watching my warm-ups, I'm sure people are thinking, who on earth let this guy enter this tournament? You know, the D grade was last week. You know, rally we have here, we're going to look at. We'll just watch it through once, and then I'll go back and talk through what happened or what I think went wrong. So, okay, so I put in to be honest, it was a little bit of a high first serve, but anyway. Opponent plays a cross-court net shot, which leaves me with the only option really to lift up, play defensive, so that's fine. So boom. Now, opponent Connor has big, strong lad, so he hit a good speedy smash down the middle. But the problem was that it didn't have any real direction as far as angle. It wasn't very steep, so it was kind of like right my shoulder height. Yes, it was strong, but it wasn't. And also, we were both, myself, my partner and I were set up quite strong. He was effectively doing the work for me, so I could simply just place the shuttle into the corner. So when your opponent's net player is sleeping, you know, it doesn't really help you out if you're playing at the back and your net player is sleeping. But we'll let Ryan. We'll let this early in the match. We'll not be too hard on Ryan yet. Interesting shot here. So I get flicked, turn around, back, wasn't even looking, back over, clips the net. That had absolutely nothing to do with the video, but I mean, hey, it's my video. If I hit a cool shot, I'm going to put it in. The points I'm going to go into about combinations where you can have a big smash, but unless you know when to use it, it won't be as effective as it could be. And also, as you've seen in that case, you're giving your opponents a lot of pace to use. So in this next rally, we have a little pitter-patter at the net. So basically, I get this shot. I had to run around to the opposite side of the court. You can see where my footwork is. All my footwork, my weight is on my right foot. So I'm a little bit off balance. I'm having to lean. I'm off to the side a little bit here. So I wasn't really in position to hit, you know, smash or anything too exciting. So typically, what I would try to do from those positions is to play something a little safer, a little drop shot, something that I know I can hit and it's not going to put us in danger. So hit the drop shot here. Where I am in the court, if I'm in position, do I feel I can really put my weight behind the shot efficiently? I will get a shot up my backhand here. So you see what I did there was I didn't, even though it was on my backhand side, and yes, your backhand is going to be weaker, but I didn't try to simply blast or hit fast shot with my backhand. So I focused on taking it earlier and getting a steeper angle on the drop shot. Therefore, if you look where he's actually hitting the shuttle here, it's, you know, really low. So this means whatever shot he hits here, we're going to have plenty of time to pick it up and keep the pressure on them. So to see the rally and bang. Or another point I'll make is that where I'm aiming with my smashes is very much dependent again on where I am on the court. So there I got a short lift, so I was very high up the court. It's only then really you'll see me really aiming for tram lines. Normally I'll either be hitting for somewhere on the body or down the middle, just to cut out the angle and options that our opponents will have for like counter punching and things. So in this next point, two things I'll mention in this next one. One is still aiming for that angle to bring it inside the court. And number two, starting to vary things up, because I'm aware at this point that I've been hitting that same spot a couple times in a row. So I decided I was a little more in balance than if you remember my previous one. So the last one was kind of just get something in court. So something that we can stay on the attack with. Where now I was in balance here a little bit more, so I had a little more options in what shots I could hit. And second one was, as I was aware, I'd been hitting straight smashes at my opponent directly opposite me a couple times in a row already in this match. So what I did here was threw in a cross-court slice just to keep my opponent honest. So the only option he had was to lift it back up, and we were able to stay on the attack. At this point I played a little bit more pace in my backhand, so I'm getting another one driven up my backhand. So pace there, and the difference we'll notice with this one, so this is actually one we lost this point. I put a little more pace on this one as opposed to the first time. I just focused on taking it early and getting a nice steep angle. So this time I actually hit it at him a little bit, but it meant that then he didn't have to move, so he was hitting the shot a little quicker. Then he was able to block and rush the net. It's not that I can't hit that shot, it's just it was bad shot choice as opposed to just a bad shot. Put me in that situation. Situation. And here, this is a really funny one. Looked like I'm going to leave it. Hit him in the back. So take that. This next point is not so much a reason of why I'm such a good rear court player, but a reason of not a fantastic net player. My choice of positioning isn't always on point at the net, but we'll see here. So here, play one shot, effectively charge in kamikaze style at the net, and yeah, there will never be a net player video in this channel. So this next one, I really like this rally. Again, emphasizing the 1-2-3 combination type shots that I get a cross court lift, and I pause it there. Played a cross court slice, which I hadn't played many of those, but again, that's intentional now. But now he pops it back up cross court, drop shot to bring them all the way back to this other side, and then that forces the short lift and pop. Another example of variation. So I get the lift, work the lift here, cross court, sense the space, and then got the weak lift. And finish here, another example of using combinations of shots to set up the final smash out wide. So use cross court, slice to bring him out of position, smash to the middle, and then I get the weak smash half court, and then I was able to hit that really awkward place, which you should definitely be aiming for, between the person's hip and their racket. So if racket's in this hand, that awkward part here is where you should be aiming for. It can tend to be very difficult, especially if it's coming at you that quick, because it was quite a short lift. So if I'd have hit that exact spot, the smash before, because I was further back, probably wouldn't have worked. He'd have been able to play a drop shot followed in, turn defense into their attack. So shot selection, using your shots in combination with all your other shots is something I'd like you to take away from this video, is thinking about, okay, this shot that I'm going to hit, how is this going to help me set up the next couple of shots, or how I'm building these rallies now is going to create openings in future rallies. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will have another video out more sooner than a month after the last one, but it's just a lot of stuff on at work, life in general, stuff gets in the way. So hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.